Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks, Drinks for Gamers and Eldridge Air Conditioning. And also want to welcome you to Interlagos here in Sao Paulo in Brazil, a 2.6 mile anti-clockwise circuit here, awaiting the guys for these two races. Now, 17 laps here on both races actually today, and as you see the guys coming out of turn, the final turn 15, to come along the start or finish straight. Sunrise, so it's pretty early in the day. Spectators haven't really woken up yet, haven't really arrived, as you can see from the empty stands there in the background. But I'm sure by the time we'll get to race 2, they will be full up and the spectators will be ready. So before we get on to this race 1, I want to just go through the point situation after the first 2 rounds. So this is the top 10 of this Porsche Cup Championship. So we've got Dyson in first on 75 points, ahead of Motorstorm Hero in second on 67. We've got Paul in third on 54, with Inky in fourth on 49. Then we've got Love Rocket Rods in fifth, very close actually, 46 for him, so only 3 points difference between himself and Inky in fourth. And then James Stephen in sixth, which is there's only another couple of points difference between himself and Love Rocket Rod. So really there's only 5 points difference between fourth and sixth. Then we've got Seamus in seventh on 35. A point behind him is Hodgie in eighth on 34, and then a point behind him is Brian Moncani in ninth on 33, and then we've got Rossi in 10th on 24. So obviously early days still in the championship, so it's all pretty close still. Can't really decide yet on or you know who's going to be up there in the end. But as I say, let's get on with this race 1 then, and watch these guys take on this mighty track. Very technical track actually. Lots of twists and turns on this one. Lots of up and down stuff as well. So this is the grid going into this race 1 then. So we've got Motorstorm Hero in pole position, Dyson in second, Niggle in third, Paul in fourth, Inky fifth, Brian Moncani in sixth, James Stephen in seventh, Love Rocket Rods in eighth, Brian the Mechanic in ninth, Rossi in 10th, Brownie 11th, Slowpoke is in 12th. We missed the last round, so welcome back to Slowpoke here. Hodgie in 13th, Sideways George 14th, and Stealth in 15th. So 15 cars, another great turnout for the drivers here. Can't wait for this one. It's going to be some really exciting stuff. So let's get on with it then, as they watch the lights and away we go. Motorstorm Hero then, Dyson and the rest all heading up to the centre S's for the first time. It's difficult. Left, right, technical section already. As soon as you're on it, you've got to be careful coming through this lot. So as we see the leaders now going up towards this next left-hander, I'm not going to attempt to any some of these names of these spawners, but we'll pull all over the back of Niggle now. It's on the outside though, coming onto this right-hander. It's not really where you want to be out there on the right-hand side. I could do a little switch back up the inside of Niggle. Oh, he almost had a look. A little bit, and then up the inside there, was he? No, he's not, but Inky is now right up behind Paul. So obviously all closed in here, as it's still started the race. So everyone's all close, still in the line. Look at Hodgie there, just going a little bit wide behind Slowpoke. Storm Hero, Dyson, Paul still attacking Niggle with Inky behind them. So Motorstorm and Dyson just getting away a little bit as Niggle goes wide. Paul's got that inside line. Niggle's staying right out wide. It's actually Paul has got that third at the moment anyway. Oh no, Niggle's got it back, so into the braking zone at the centre S's. Did Paul get it done? He did, up the inside. Up to third goes Paul, but Niggle will try and put him under pressure, but he's already under pressure from Inky. And look at Inky now, right up behind Niggle here. Is he going to have an attempt down here at the left-hander? No, he didn't. And Brian Montani, as we watch Dyson attacking Motorstorm. Looks like Dyson fancies a bit of it now up the inside now. Ooh, that is a passing opportunity. He had a little think about the dive up there. It is a passing opportunity. We've got to be spot on to get that done. Ooh, back end on Dyson, just came round, almost lost it. Dyson is going to lose a little bit of time as Motorstorm Hero now just pulls 10th or 2 on Dyson. Paul still in third, and then we've got Niggle, who's still ahead of Inky in 5th place. Then we've got James, Stephen, Brian Montani, Love Rocket Rods, and then a gap back then to Brian Mechanic and Rossi. But look at this lot. James trying to chase down Inky, and Inky still looking all over the back of Niggle. Can he have a go at him at turn 1? Not be too far back there for Inky. Yeah, Notice remains in 5th place. Does Inky. So still close up here though with this lot, isn't it? It's Brian Montani with Love Rocket Rods in 8th. It's difficult left-hander, sort of double left-hander really. Don't want to be out on the right-hand side there, out on that green AstroTurf. Only really give you a penalty. It's pretty slippery out there as well. Car won't like it out there as Inky's still attacking Niggle. So these two having their own battle. 3 laps in, and this has been non-stop, isn't it? As James now fancies a bit of it as well. So James up here, just beginning to get onto the back of Inky. Inky still all over the back of Paul, and that's a big moment for James. Just running out onto the curbs. Let's have a quick look. Down into the dip, James, and then just on this, the last corner, gets it on the curb here. Oh, and a bit of grass as well, and that's, yeah, he just had to lift. Can't give full throttle there. It would have, the back end would have come round in him, so now it means he's under pressure from Brian the Mechanic. In fact, Brian's got him around the outside. Goes Brian Montani up to 6th. It means James back to 7th, and now Love Rocket Rods is having a look here into turn 1. Brian, oh, and James got it back from Brian, so good move from James. How did he do that? Let's have a look. So he was behind at this point, but he had a good little run, didn't he? Maybe a little bit of drafting, a bit of slip there as well, and he's going to pull out. There you go. James up the inside, good move at turn 1. Gets it stopped, and back up to 6th place. Next little gap back then to this next bunch. Brian the Mechanic, Rossi, Brownie. So these 3 trying to get onto the back of the train ahead of them. Smodgy. And a little bit going on around here between Slowpoke and Sideways. Sideways went a little bit deep there, didn't he? Let's have a look. Was that just a mistake? He was under pressure from Slowpoke, or did Slowpoke get a move on him? Left-hander, Slowpoke having a look. And there is that move, although, well, Sideways, George, he gave him a lot of room there, didn't he, Sideways? So pretty easy for Slowpoke in the end then to get 13th position. Sideways didn't fancy that battle. just lifted off pretty early and let Slowpoke go past. Stealth in 15th, and really got going as he stealth from 15th in this race so far. He struggled a little bit with circuit. Motorstorm Hero, our leader, is leading it by quite a big gap at the moment from Dyson. He's got that fastest lap as well, 1:31.0. Motorstorm Hero. Let's see if he improves on that as he comes across the line to start lap 5. No, he doesn't. Dyson there in second. No, Dyson will try everything he can to stay with Motorstorm Hero. We know these two generally are the two that clear off in front, hoping that get into some kind of battle to allow the rest of them to kind of catch up. So Dyson in second, Paul in third, a little bit on his own now is Paul. Hasn't quite got the pace, has he, to match against Motorstorm and Dyson at the moment. Tyres will probably, or could come into play by the end of this race for some of the drivers. Ones that are really pushing hard, like our leaders. They will be the ones that may be struggling come the end of the race. Look at this bunch. Look at all this going. Niggle still there with James 5th, Brian Moncani, Love Rocket Rods, and Inky all the way back now to 8th. So he's going backwards, is Inky. Got Love Rocket Rods has got passing, Brian Moncani's got passing, James Stephen also. So Inky is too sure what the problem is at the moment. Maybe just getting a little bit beaten up, Inky. You get yourself into a group like that and you start fighting, it's sometimes you can be the one that sort of takes the worst of it, really. I think it's just what's happened. He's clearly a quick driver, so it's not through pace or lack of pace. I think he's back there in 8th. It's just purely, I think, just the fact that just getting involved in a little bit of jibargy stuff out there. So Brian then, Moncani in 6th. We'll look at James, but too far back there. Like I said before, the moment from Brian Moncani, that's going to allow Love Rocket to a little sniff maybe, but he's under pressure from Inky. So it's 6-car train. So they're enjoying themselves as the sun starts to come out now. It was early start here. It's going to be a hot day, I fancy, and you can see that now with the sun beaming down onto the circuit, showing us these lovely liveries on these cars. Through turns 14, Inky taking a lot of grass, and so did Rossi. Took a little bit there too. Brian the Mechanic in 10th, Brownie in 11th, Oz Hodgie in 12th, going up the hill now. Slowpoke 13th, Stealth in 14th. He's got himself up to 14th now, and Sideways George back to 15th. So I wonder if he had a moment somewhere, or is he just backing off again? Stealth has got himself to 14th place, trying to chase down Slowpoke there in 13th. To the centre S's lap 7 of 17. A little bit cautious through there, it seemed, from Stealth. There's Slowpoke for 66. Paul's teammate. He's got the yellow wheels, Paul's got the pink wheels. It's the difference. So the difference between who's who there. Well, besides the number and the big name above their cars, but apart from that, yeah, that's the difference. So Motorstorm Hero then, still out in front. Dyson in second, who has caught up. So Dyson started to reel in Motorstorm Hero. This looks pretty quick lap actually. Let's see if this It's a faster lap than Motorstorm's 1:31.0. So we come across the line. It looks like he has picked up the pace a bit. Does Dyson? Let's have a look. Well, it's not quite as quick, is it? I mean, it's a personal best for Dyson, 1:31.09 to 1:31.07. So literally 0.02 of a second difference between Storm Hero and Dyson. Very close there. There's Paul. He's on his own now. Paul, he's trying his best to go with these two ahead of him, but he just hasn't quite got that pace, has he? But he's got a big gap behind him, back to James here on lap 8. Here is the gap between Motorstorm Hero and Dyson. There's Paul. James and Brian Montani now battling it out behind him, 4th and 5th. Brian looks like he won't waste any time to get past James, so he's going to try and get past as soon as possible. James using all of the curb and some. Got to be a little bit careful not to use too much. The car doesn't like curbs that much, the Porsche. Got to be a little bit careful. Oh, Brian's gone. Oh, and there you go. He caught his rear left onto the grass or on the AstroTurf. Let's have a quick look, and that spun him round. That's easy done there. So Brian was attacking James, wasn't he? Now watch his rear left, just there, bang, onto the grass, and well, he nearly got away with it, but unfortunately didn't take anybody out. There's Love Rocket now trying to go up the inside. Inky got past, and Niggle got past too, so Brian's back to 7th. Love Rocket Rods didn't quite make it through, so remains in 8th. He goes up the hill towards the start and finish. But look at Niggle and Inky are back fighting again, and Inky's got 5th place at the moment and is on the inside for turn 1. So he's surely going to get that 5th place off of Niggle here. He does. So 5th place for Inky. Motorstorm Heroes just improved on that time. He's into the 1:30s now, 1:30.9. Niggle is not going away, is he? Look at Niggle really going for it here against Inky. Inky covering that inside line for this next turn, left-hander though, and Niggle around the outside, but you don't want to be on the outside out there because don't get on that AstroTurf. And Brian Moncani's going to have a look as well. That opened it up. Niggle just had to go a bit wide. Opened the door for Brian Moncani, who's got himself through, but now he's on the outside, and that's going to be Niggle taking that place back. So swapping and changing places here as Love Rocket has a look, and Brian Moncani got a little bit out wide, and he's going to be left out there for dry. It's Brian Moncani. Love Rocket's trying to have a look up the inside, and he's going to have a look at Brian, surely. Look at this racing, and Ross is now joined this party, and Ross is thinking, hello, we'll have a little bit of this. See what happens between this lot, but Brian Moncani still held off Love Rocket Rods, who's in 8th. Rossi there now, as I say, in 9th. Got himself onto the back of this group. As we see, Love Rocket Rods has got to have a go here at turn 1. If he doesn't get him already before then, let's have a look. It's going to get into the slip. It's going to pull out any minute now. Surely have a go on the brakes at turn 1. Centre S's. Oh, he didn't get it done, or did Brian run wide? He does get it done. Oh, and it's a little bit of touchy there, and runs out wide does Love Rocket, and he loses that spot to Rossi. So Brian Moncani then, quite aggressive there from Brian, but it's rubbing his racing, and sure, Love Rocket will see it that way, but he loses that spot to Rossi. Back to 9th goes Love Rocket Rods. So it's all going off in this group, isn't it? See how Niggle and Inky's doing. Well, Niggle's just fell behind, but Inky's now attacking the back of James, who I think has got a penalty. He has. So James has now got half a second. He's going to lose the 4th spot then to Inky. As they're about to get to the penalty zone, which is a horrible place actually. It's on a hill, so it slows you down on the hill to then you lose all your momentum. got to then try to get it going again up the hill, and it's a terrible place for his own, really. He should move it. And there you go. Inky would say, yeah, I'll have that, and I wouldn't be surprised if Nigel gets himself onto the back of James as well. Maybe not quite enough to get it done at turn one, but yeah, that's, as I say, awkward place for the zone to be. So James loses just that one place to Inky and falls back to 5th position. So Inky then up to 4th. Now what can he do? Can he chase down Paul ahead of him? It's a big gap. It looks like Paul's actually got a bit closer to Dyson. Motorstorm's clearing off, but it looks like Paul is actually catching Dyson. Is it just the camera shot? Maybe just the camera shot, but it does look like he's closer than he has been since the start of the race. So maybe Dyson's tyres are beginning to feel quite as good as they did. Oh, and there's evidence of it as his back end has a little twitch. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe Paul can get that second off of Dyson. In our leader, Motorstorm, doesn't look like he's going to be beaten at the moment, does it? It looks like as we're about to start lap 12, coming into the final part of this race. Doesn't look like he's going to be beaten at the moment, does he? But of course, if his tyres start to go off like Dyson's, then well, what a finish we could be in for. So that's your top 3. We've got Inky, as I say, who's into 4th, made his way into 4th, and he's getting away from the likes of James and Nigel and Brian. He's really going to try and do what he can to get onto the back of Paul in 3rd. Inky, what he needs to do really at this point is just focus on catching the cars ahead and not worry too much about what's happening behind us. James has got a second penalty this time, so it was half a second last time, a second this time, so he's racking up the penalties, and that's not going to help his cause. He's going to be falling back to, could be anything back to 8th place here by the time he takes off that second. Let's have a look as we see Nigel and Brian all over the back of Nigel now. See him. Runs a little bit wide. White Rossi there. What's happened to Love Rocket Rods? Oh, he's just fell back. He fell back, didn't he, tonight? He's just going back a little bit. His Love Rocket. Let's go back to James and just see how many spots he does lose. I fancy he's going to be, could be behind Rossi in 8th by the time he takes this off. Let's have a look now. So it's in the zone right now. There goes Nigel. There goes Brian on Carney, and then we've got Rossi coming round on the in 8th as well. Is going to go around the outside of James. Yeah, as I predicted, back to 8th goes James, just slots in behind Rossi. So 3 positions lost there for James because of that second penalty, and he's picking it up at the start of this lap, and he could be there where we just cut that corner. It could be, not entirely sure. That seems okay, but he's definitely picking it up in his first half of the lap. So just stay with him a second and see if he gets another one, where it is he's getting it, because presumably it is the same place. It's okay at the moment. Maybe just taking it a little more cautious this time. Can't afford to have another penalty. He's had 2 in as many laps, hasn't he? Looks okay at the moment. So yeah, looks like he's being a little bit more friendly with the curbs out there this time. See our leader now coming up across the line to start lap 14. 4 more laps to go, including this one. Dyson in second still. Paul is definitely closer. There's Paul still in third, and the gap between these 3 and the rest is massive now. It's the whole length of the straight, basically, but Paul was certainly caught the back of Dyson, and so what can Paul do? Maybe Paul can get himself a second place here. Got to be a tyre issue with Dyson of some kind. There's no way that, especially this late in the race, Paul would be catching him as easily as this. So I think something's not quite right with Dyson's car at the minute. Now, whether that might be, I'm saying it's tyres, it might not be, but it might be something else, electrical perhaps, but whatever it is, it's going to want to try and get the gremlins out of the system very soon. Don't want to be dropping another place to third, so perhaps he's in the cockpit now, frantically pushing buttons and levers, trying to get things sorted out there. We'll have to wait and see, but at the moment it does appear to be getting caught by Paul. Inky in fourth place, really gaining on the front three. Certainly second and third place, but Speed's just getting away from this lot. Niggle there in fifth still. Brian, who's got half a second. Brian McCartney, he's going to take that off now. That's could possibly allow Rossi to get past and take sixth off him. So look, Rossi's obviously going to have that momentum to hold the straight here, and he's up behind Brian now. Surely going to have a go at turn one. Brian McCartney will obviously defend and cover as Rossi has a look. Oh, he thought about it, didn't he? Big look from from Rossi. But didn't fancy it in the end. But James in eighth. Rocket Rod's in ninth, who's attacking James now. James to really got back to the swing of things, is he, after his two penalties. As I say, late on this race as well, with tyres the way they are for some of these cars, it's be difficult to get too many more places. But look, I love Rocket Rods now. Always having a look at James about up here at the first of the hairpin right-handers. No, but James was a little bit of a tag on the back, but love Rocket Rods just lifts. James nearly lost it on the grass. But he kind of really slowed up, didn't he, James? And love Rocket Rods didn't have anywhere to go, and he kind of just tapped the back of James, but no big deal there. Hodgie, let's have a look at the guys back here a little bit. Hodgie now in 10th, ahead of Brownie. Been like this for a little while, but Brownie's all over the back of Hodgie now. Let's see if Brownie can get the 10th place off him. Out of turn 14 and up the hill. Now, let's see Brownie, what he's got. Has he got enough for a move at turn 1? So he come to start the penultimate lap 16, and doesn't look like he's close enough to make that move. No, it's not close enough there. So Brownie will remain in 11th, though right up behind Hodgie, isn't he? Slowpoke 12th. Stealth's made up another place to 13th. Ryan Mechanic, second penalty, and he's down there in 14th as well. So his race is going from bad to worse. So last round wasn't a great round for him, and this round is struggling a little bit as well. 14th place, a second penalty, so he could actually, he may lose at 15th place as well to Sideways George. As we look at our leader, what a lead he's got. Massive lead as he's about to start the final lap for Motorstorm Hero. And then these two all still behind Dyson. This is the closest he's been to Dyson. Now, one lap to go. Has Paul got enough to take Dyson on? Dyson may have fixed whatever the issue was, if there was one, because it looks like he's back to full speed again for Dyson. Not sure Paul's going to be able to do much about Dyson here in this final lap at Interlagos, race 1. Fourth, Eagle 5th, Brian Moncani in 6th, Rossi 7th, James in 8th, and the Love Rocket still in 9th, Slowpoke 10th, Hodgie in 11th, Stealth in 12th. He's made a move up on Brownie. Brownie's going backwards, he's in 13th now, he's Brownie. Is he going to have a look at Stealth, that is? Stealth going out wide. Battling it here at turns 1 and 2 through the centre S's. And Stealth holds it and remains in 12th place. Good battle between these two though. Does Brownie have a go here at the left-hander? No, he doesn't. That battle's going to go on to the end, isn't it? Go back to our leader though as he comes round the final, or up to the final corner now, to take victory here in race 1. It's going to be Motorstorm Hero with a massive lead. Congratulations to Motorstorm Hero, winner of race 1. We've got Dyson. He did just grab that second from Paul, so Dyson in second, Paul in third. So there's your top 3 with Inky, who's going to take that 4th place. Ahead of Niggle in 5th. Ryan in 6th. Ahead of Rossi just in 7th. And then this battle between James and Love Rocket. Oh, James gets there just in 8th. Ahead of Love Rocket in 9th. Slowpoke will come in 10th place. Ahead of Hodgie in 11th. Stealth will get 12th, or will he? Because Brown is right up behind him. So maybe he won't. Oh, he is just about going to grab it. Yeah, just for Stealth, 12th. 13th for Brownie. Brian the Mechanic. Didn't work out quite as well for him in the end here, did it? We'll take 14th with Sideways George in 15th. Motorstorm Hero with that lap, fastest lap of 1:30.9. So there's your race 1 results. And what a race that was here at Interlagos. So, well, join me again soon for race 2 later in the day here. And hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.